we still have another match to go through. Jazdero versus SolVNG. Both of these players having a very phenomenal run from their loser side. Playing out of their minds, to be honest with you.
Yeah, we've seen a lot of really, really good stuff, I think, for both. I like the matchup between these two. I think this is two players who have had, in some cases, really, really interesting movement-heavy play styles, very interesting reads up close sometimes. And when they've played in the past, interesting to see that over the last, let's see, 2020, 2021, 2021, and 2022, SolVNG actually has a 100% win rate versus Hazero. The last time that they played was actually last month in the World Warrior event here in Mexico 1.
That was in July, yeah.
That was in July, and SolVNG took it in the top 16, 2-1 over Jazdero.
Pretty impressive. One of the things I want to note is that obviously, you know, Jazdero and Seoul both have a pocket Luke. I don't want to see that matchup. I don't want to see a mirror match. I would love to see the counter pick. Obviously, like, you know, Akira versus Luke, or Seth versus Luke. You know what I mean?
Sure. It would certainly be fun to see. That said, when it comes to mirror matches, I feel that the Luke one is one of the more interesting because that character has so many options that you can still, like, play this character differently, right?
He counters himself.
I mean, kind of, right? Like, you can make different choices than your Luke opponent and still be playing a really credible, strong game plan, whereas some mirror match are kind of janky. You know, both players have to kind of play the same way. It's just like it's a little less interactive, I would say.
Yeah.
But anyway, that's not what I'm going to expect here. It's probably not going to happen. Yeah. Falke actually is what's coming out here. Nobody saw that one coming. He didn't even tell us that was a potential option. Like, we always ask, like, what are the potential characters that we could see from you this weekend? This wasn't even mentioned.
I think he kept it under wraps just in case he might have mentioned it at the top of the show. Yeah. You know, like top 16, we did mention that he has a Falke.
Well,
you know, like, yeah. It's getting a little hot for very good reason. Falke is on board for SolVNG. Is going to be enough to deter Hazero from moving on. We'll see from the start so far. There's been a lot of deterrence that Falke has in her arsenal to stop the tools that Akira has.
Yeah, I think this kind of makes sense thinking about that. This is a character that has even more range than Akira does, which is going to be a big hand up for him. He can be staying away. Oh, that said, sometimes if you expect your opponent's going to dash forward, you can get the solution right there. And Hazero does.
It's your favorite combo of all time, dude.
It's so cool. Out here in Vegas outdoors.
That's a real place out here in Vegas. Just as real as the damage that you get from that conversion. Again, Falke has had so many good changes for her.
Oh,
her damage has been so consistent.
Great character. Too far.
Oh,
that's what he was looking for, I think, before. So setting up V-skill, trying it out a little bit. Again, these huge range options.
Oh, that actually could have been critical if Saul had not committed to the shot in the air. Could have jumped down and punished Hazero. There's so many instances where Hazero has been whiffing a lot of normals and even special moves. But that one finds the mark, and that's a critical one at that because now he gets to control the pace, or so I thought.
Although it's pretty even in life, some of the movement choices we're seeing out of Hazero, I think, are a little bit desperate. We'll see if that continues. Yeah, EXDP yet again.
That's character unfamiliarity, if you ask me.
Yeah, under it, and it is enough on back throw for SolVNG's Falke.
Very clean.
I don't have data on what the character match was when they played in July. I would love to know that. Was it something else? Again, Soul's the one who took it 2-1.
You know, I think they do have that record over at CapcomProTour.com because they do have like the VODs for it too, if I'm not mistaken. I might be
a little bit of research here.
We'll get into that.
Going to be tough to do while actually commenting.
Yeah, don't worry about that. We'll worry about that another time. SolVNG, again, making the big opening statement with the Falke. Man, that is also very far. Very surprising. But doesn't actually get it off of the normal jump in. But I don't blame you. Yeah. I was going to say that's a throw bait, but it also covers V-shift. That V-trigger is so good. Watch out for the throw. Oh, it was a back throw instead for Hazero. Very lucky sequence. Yes.
Blocking then DP has actually been the go-to for Hazero rather than straight up anti-air.
Perfectly timed anti-air for SolVNG. Daigo coming in hot. On the other side, that's more than enough. Perfect combustion. I don't think that's what she actually says, but it sounds really close to it. Hazero firing on all cylinders. for this next round.
He's trying to fire on as many cylinders as possible.
Oof.
The playstyle from this man right now is trying to be very active, trying to let nothing go by the wayside.
Yeah.
Look at these dashes, buttons.
I wonder if he could have been, oh boy. Super ambiguous? Yeah, even more so ambiguous is the throw mix after. You got the uppercut on deck from Seoul. A couple of shots ringing out from the skies.
Great spot right there by Hazero, just outside of the forward fierce.
Yeah, preoccupying that space again. Seoul was just kind of fishing for it. No throw bait! Hazero immediately went for the buttons, anticipating maybe a V-trigger. Woo! He still gets it!
That was amazing.
I thought he mistimed it.
Yeah, on that low.
That crouching light kick actually gave him the, oh.
That's probably supposed to have been just the DP.
That's so dangerous. If you do it again.
Oh, come on.
You know, I could hear the button presses after
dude,
that. Like after the jab work.
Mashing on those punches, for sure. Can't blame him.
Shoot the legs. Shoot the legs. Uh-oh.
Up from the sky.
That was such a sharp angle for you to even try that.
This is up on his shield. Unfortunate for Seoul. Misidentified that. Tries to jump out. Success? Into big damage. Into...
Oh, you tried to get a throw bait. I mean, he got a normal instead.
Yeah, he definitely... And there, no confirm. Seoul. It's not easy to do. I'm not going to tell you it's easy, but boy, at this level, you got to make these things happen. Misconfirms here and there.
From Daigo, the V-shift out of there. So smart.
Still?
The no mix-up mixed. Oh, little funky situation. I've never seen her float like that.
Again, giving up a chance at significant damage and Oki and corner control as Seoul backs off.
No shots charged up. There it is. Pursuing after the V-skill a little bit. Oh
Wow.
my god. Spontaneous combustion from the palms. Likely cause of death.
Akira.
Well, Hazero finding the big adaptations made against the Falke. I will say, Seoul has done a great job of still keeping Hazero honest, especially with the the ambiguous uppercut choices. But for the most part, I think he's got everything else covered. I think Hazero has done a great job of figuring out the defensive solutions or defensive options against something like Trigger 2 and making read-based choices like crouching jab instead of like waiting for that throw bait.
It's been a lot of great stuff on Hazero's side. That said, Seoul is definitely giving up quite a few opportunities in the missed confirms that we've seen.
Absolutely. A lot of damage left on the table. Too.
Yeah, here it is.
We're talking about that normal too. Gotta go for the pole vault. Oh. Huh. Oh,
It's gonna hit, right? Yeah. No EX kickity kick? But what?
None. No EX kickity kick.
That's what you call it.
I didn't know that. Oh, you got mid-air! No, you need a faster normal. That's fine. Yeah,
okay.
that's a tough call.
Yeah.
That's such an awkward angle. Like trying to hit that dive kick. I've seen the four throws get away with that a good amount of times too. Good call from Seoul. Occupying the space yet again, checking the dash from Jazdero. I don't think that's going to be an option he's going to be exercising again anytime soon. I might be wrong though.
Yeah. Oh yeah? Check this dash out.
Silly commentators. Ambiguous? Could have been an uppercut too. Woo-hoo-hoo.
That's really the range where Seoul wants to be. It's just at the tip of where Akira's buttons are going to work. Yeah, that it has a lot of whip recovery. I love the jump. We got Hazero now, pressuring in the corner. He starts it off.
Except, watch out. Hey, that's fine. You know, Seoul can still do this.
Oh, yeah.
If he builds up enough gauge, or not. I don't recall latex being flammable, but Hazero still finds a way to take the KO.
Huge round here. One of them goes up 2-1. And again, Hazero did a pretty good job at some of these moments of being outside of Fierce, outside of forward Fierce.
Yeah, and still also, just talking about the character selection in general, I think Seoul is just making such an interesting choice himself.
Yeah, I like the character choice.
Ooh, so scary! Just swiping away with that Fierce.
Yes.
Playing the chase down game. Seoul, a little overzealous on that, got caught gashing, met up with the sweep instead. Right on time for Hazero. What is Hazero looking for now? Obviously a way in, but I think he's looking for trigger more importantly.
He's running out of time. Running out of life.
Yeah. That Visco 2 is going to hang out for the most
It's
part.
threatening.
He wants you to jump that. No uppercut again. SolVNG actually had the bar to do it. Oh, that's such an insane
Oh! Here's maybe the start of things.
So what do you do after this?
Well, after this, you're going to have point-blank pressure in the corner.
With 30 seconds left on the clock, yeah, he is putting
Will he
time.
set up? No, okay. No quick rise.
Minus 2.
Ooh, he's really trying to make it happen.
He's trying to bait. He's trying to bait.
He will not give up. He's trying to find the moments. Knockdown. 15 on the clock now.
No charge shots. There it is. I was waiting for that purple hand to start
Well,
glowing.
that's got to be it. Yes. As soon as Jazdero put himself close, there was really nothing else to be done. He didn't have V meter for V shift. He didn't have EX or EXDP. That was going to be that.
Not much to really do about it. I mean, he tried to force his way in, maybe get a counter hit or even catch something off guard. But that was a very, very big risk to take considering what Falke can do, especially with that charged purple hand, right? You get so much chip damage off of that. You get the stand medium punch.
Sure.
There's Gray Life. You get chip damage. Critical art, etc. 2 games to 1 for Seoul. That was cool, but what else can you do after that?
Right. Yeah, not into too much right there.
It was sick.
That was sick.
I sound like an old man. It's like, yeah, but what else?
What? Yeah. Not impressed enough.
Give me more. Give me more Street Fighter.
Juggle it. Yes, nice.
Yeah, that was a good call. Oh, no. Oh, no, that's a lot of damage.
Yeah?
Oh, no, that's a bigger
no.
drop. Ay, ay, ay.
Another big chance, though.
Yes, elbow.
By the way, stun is a big problem here for Seoul.
You know what's an even bigger problem, David? EX uppercut. Woo! Into kill.
Sure is. And so SolVNG at match point now.
He's like, I want you to guess. I'm not trying to be the one guessing. Especially with that, man. The startup on that is all sorts of funky. Ooh. Man, such a great tool. That stand heavy punch. SolVNG gets to follow behind that V skill a little bit. Hazero, he understands he has to take his time, letting it dissipate, because the last time he tried to jump over it, he got pushed.
Yeah, he's playing really, really offensively right now. He's really just trying to move forward. And I mean, you got to at some point.
Yeah.
Oh, he was worried there about the XTC.
Ooh.
Here it is.
Let's go, Daigo. Dash up. Look at the damage in there. Let's take a look at the meter as this goes on. It's a little ad break, right? What happens here? One secret to Sun. Ooh.
Maintaining the corner. Oh, okay, block.
But we can't
now,
do that anymore.
yeah, no, that's it. The resources are gone. And if Seoul finds the right hit just like this.
Watch out. Oh, he did it again. Jazdero press a button on wake up. Seoul was anticipating anything else but that.
Yeah.
He really wanted to use that trigger as a punishment tool against Hazdero's option. And Hazero went for the most dangerous one, in my opinion.
Maybe that's why it worked.
He also likes to live dangerously. Ooh. Roundhouse finding the mark. Seoul just still trying to figure out what to do. The dive kick hasn't been contested too much. I think that's the third time he's gotten away with it. Ooh.
Yeah.
I don't know what you're about. Don't be afraid.
Ready to go. Already here for Jazdero.
The activation route.
Yes.
That is an excellent one. Elbow.
Confirm.
Dash forward. V-skill 2. Gets the full sequence.
Yeah, you can kind of see in some of the hotel rooms up there. That's cool. Oh, that was a cross-up, it said! It said cross-up? Excuse me?
Yeah.
Jazdero ties it up.
Yeah.
2 games to 2 as we take another look inside the golden bullion. It is Jazdero making it happen.
You know, you had mentioned earlier no quick rise from that last sequence, which was the important factor of that setup. Like, you never want to be too antsy about what happens in that particular drop. Like, you have to wait for him to finish the combo, like, itself, or it goes with, like, the roundhouse ender, and you see that snap kick downwards, right? Other than that, do not press a button. I've seen so many LPN strategies on Twitter where he's blown up the entire thing for Akira.
No.
It's like, when you see that sequence, don't even try. Don't even try.
Final game. back in with Falke.
Oof. Forward fierce is a killer. Neutral jump medium. Also a killer.
Great little chip series, Gray Life series.
Ooh.
But not punished.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, there's just these moments where Jazdero just gets it into his mind that he will not stop moving forward. And during those times, he actually loses quite a bit of life. It's the other moments when he settles it down a little bit, looks for the right spot. Yeah, just like this as he gets the DP. He finds the confirm. This is what we need to see out of Jazdero.
And it's just, man, you see how often he gets these scenarios that lead into big damage? Those are 2 touches. And look at how much of a comeback he makes off of that.
Absolutely.
Watch out. Oh, I got caught too. Oh, no! Watch out. He's looking for the activation.
That's it for the resources, though. Whereas Seoul is doing just fine. Trigger 2 means he needs to find an actual hit confirm, though. Can't just bring it out. 20 on the clock.
That's true.
And even those little counter pokes at this point, if they do come out, are going to be really important.
Oh,
It's not enough. She doesn't get follow-up.
oh God.
Jazdero not giving anything to his opponent, making it a little tough for him.
Yes.
Reacting with jump back, and just like that, it is match point now for Jazdero.
And I'm glad he wasn't passive about it. He wasn't just going to let time determine the victory. Took it in his own hands. He didn't want to get mixed. If there was a dive kick and he got blown up for it, he would have died. 100%. There's your kicky kick that you were looking
Kickity
for.
kick.
Kickity kick. Excuse me, I missed a syllable. 2 at that. Here we go. That's a deficit. Hazero just needs 1 touch, really. Or like a touch and a half. With trigger on deck, right? Oh, no. Okay, not bad.
Meterless. Interesting.
Ooh. It hurts. It hurts.
2 EX bars. Jazdero has been so good about finding his way in for these hit confirms into trigger.
Woo-hoo.
Oh! Yeah, breaks.
I've never seen that. I rarely see that.
Really slowing it down here, Seoul. Just wants to find this one last hit. Okay, okay.
He could have done it right there. That dash is not free. Oh, but you know what it is?
Oh, is this
The damage afterwards. Now you put him at throw mix-up.
That's exactly what came out. What? Still had to block? He put it all on the line right there. Seoul ties it up. We're going down to the very final round.
I don't blame Jazdero for continuing to press buttons because if he had stopped pressing buttons, he would have been chipped for that. Although that doesn't seem like a bad idea, like forcing the meter spendage. Oh, man, that feels hits. That thing is plusity plus.
Yes, it is.
Oh, yeah! Look at the whip punish, nice and clean. SolVNG, peppering it down. A little bit of seasoning on that life bar. We like seeing a little bit of red. Now a little bit of gray.
Jazdero trying to find that whip punish there. But the juggle comes. Jazdero in trouble. In trouble!
Look at the pace that Soul's been playing at. He's all over the place.
Oh, boy. He closed out with a perfect. He does! SolVNG with a perfect sends out Jazdero in the very final round. For such a close set to end up as a perfect, you almost never see it. But right there with the Falke, SolVNG did just that.
That's the second time we've seen SolVNG close it out with at least 1 perfect in the final game. He did so earlier with Kusanagi, and then immediately did so again. Well, not immediately. Let me reel that back a little bit. He does so consistently again against Jazdero, and I gotta say the pace that he played at towards the end of that set was so different. Like he was throwing up so many air shots that we were anticipating in the early stages of the set. But again, it all came down to that conditioning. He's like, I want you to focus on everything else but this strategy. And I like that. That ace in the whole strategy is very effective.
Yeah, Soul's been killing it. I mean, in this top 8, he took out Uriel Velorio, a match that we were really looking forward to. And it was deservedly so. 3 games to 2, very, very close. But still, Seoul took it. Then took out Kusanagi, eliminating the player that many of us were looking at to take this whole thing. Then 3 games to 2 over Jazdero. And now his reward is that he's got to play the other player that many of us were looking at to take this thing, which is MJ Gamma in losers finals.
And what a reward, too. Look at that. Just there's so many shots that just rung out. I think Seoul just completely dominating